Here is a piece of linen that I've received as a gift from my mother. This was half a year to 8 months ago. And to all of you young people out there, I'll give it to you in a strong form of recommendation to have patience. These things are not given that easily, and well, I received this when I was 40. Um, I guess some people may receive it earlier. Under no circumstance I can see, under no circumstance I can envision a scenario in which somebody would receive it when they're under the age of 25, at least. But 25 onwards, yes, it is possible to receive one of those wonderful, wonderful gifts. Yeah, maybe under some special circumstances, such as bravery in battle or things like that. Maybe some people get it earlier than others. I received mine when I was 40, and yes, I mean, patience, patience, and assiduous work is required in order to receive one of these. So the plan was to show you how to read it. Okay. So you need to be accustomed to colors. You need to have a sense for colors first of all. Um, for some colors, one does develop an intuition. For others, there's less of an intuition, and you must know what the color means. Okay, so you must have a dictionary of colors, right? For this, in order to decipher these patterns. Um, as you can see, mine is still well preserved. It's in a very, very wonderful condition. It is a blanket. It's very warm. Um, and yes, it is very, very, very good. It keeps me warm at night very well. But we're not discussing the blanket, we're discussing the pattern. Um, so as you can see, the boundary is orange. Okay. So that is, the boundary is orange. There's a square which is almost white. It is a shade of gray actually, but it's white. Um, there's two squares which are hashed, and the square which is dark blue, almost black, yet it is navy blue, I would say. I guess my mother thought this would fit me. She would not have bought this blanket for me if she wouldn't have thought that it fits me quite well. So yes, I'm grateful. I guess she's praising me too much on this one. As many of you know, young people or older people that did have jobs, that is, they secured employment, either in academia or industry. You always feel like, when your boss praises you, you always feel like you haven't given enough. At least that's how I feel. When I receive praises of this magnitude, I feel that the praise is too much, because I have not given my best. Okay, so it is a lot like that, when you perform services, or um, yeah, you perform services which are monetized. Sometimes you feel that you haven't given your best um, in order to receive the amount of money that you're paid. But let's get back to the pattern. So we can see the boundary is orange. So the dictionary of orange. So the dictionary entry for orange is actually essence. Okay, so that's essence. That's teaching. So this says that this man, that is myself. This man is a teacher. Okay, in essence. Okay, it could mean more than that, but that's kind of the universal meaning of orange. Okay, then okay, so the white square gives is a measure of innocence, I guess. The hashed squares, is an indication that the person in question is a hard worker. Whereas the navy blue or black, well, it's navy blue really, indicates that the person has a measure of depth in their thinking, or um, it sort of emphasizes a measure of depth in that person's approach. Okay, and other features that I may have missed would be the St. George's Cross. So we can see. So there's in a tartan, there's the larger square and the smaller rectangle, and we can see in the smaller rectangle the cross of St. George over there, and that's again it's a huge praise that I received from my mother. So the I think what weighs very heavily is the cross of St. George, together with the idea that I work hard. Okay, these two particular points weigh a lot, and I think my mother has praised me too much, even though she's a fair person. She would not say this unless um, unless she really meant it. Okay. Okay, so other than that, okay, so there's the big square, there's a small square. Okay, so the big square, there exists a contrast. So the big square and the small rectangle, one of them is the appearances, the achievements, and one of them represents the inner dimension of a person. Um, yeah. Um, I guess it's a measure of growth here, right? I'm still fairly young. I was 40 when I received this, and there was a considerable measure of growth from what I was to what to the achievements that I did manage to get. Now, of course, maybe I'll receive a different version of this when I'll get slightly older, and I hope I really hope the growth will continue. Now, I'm highly grateful to my mom for this. Again, she's praising me a lot, and I feel obliged to conform further on and um, enrich this pattern as much as I can. Now, since I got myself a tartan, I was curious about what it means and how you read it. I was always curious about this. Um, I like the idea of a tartan, I guess. Now, since I got myself this, I'm thinking maybe I should start smoking pipe again. I smoke cigarettes, and I think smoking pipe would be more appropriate with a tartan like this. Yet, so technically speaking, if I see a good pipe, I'll buy it. Um, but I'm having trouble in the cleaning phase of the pipe. Maybe tobacco, maybe pipe tobacco is not that high quality these days because the pipes get unusually dirty after just a few usages. So maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not. Um, Bertrand Russell once said that the habit of smoking pipe, because he was a pipe smoker, the habit of smoking pipe saved his life, and then he went on to illustrate the fact that he was in a plane crash and he was seated in the smokers aisle, and that was the only part of the plane that survived. The passengers on the smokers aisles were the only passengers that did survive. So yeah, maybe I should get a pipe one of these days. And last but not least, maybe I should get a shirt with this pattern on. The pattern itself is a gift from my mother, so I guess it wouldn't be unconventional, or it wouldn't be crossing the line too much if I made a shirt out of this pattern. Uh, one of these days. Well, yes, one of these days, not sometimes. Not one day, but one of these days. I think one of these days I'll see a shirt made with this pattern on.